Welcome to Christ in Private Practice, the podcast for Christian counselors building bold, sustainable practices with Christ at the center. I'm Camille McDaniel, licensed professional counselor, here to offer faith-based support, business insight, and creative strategies to help you thrive. Let's grow, be encouraged, and take action together. Welcome back to another episode of Christ in Private Practice. And if you happen to be new, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here for the journey. I have been waiting to tell you all this, and it is like busting at the seams to come out, because you know when you are creating something, there are a lot of steps involved. You really don't need to share too early because things really aren't all the way together. They're not all prepared. You may not have all the information that you really want to share, but you're just super excited about it. That has been me, oh my goodness, since really the first quarter of this year. I did kind of let out on social media that I was working on something. I may have shared even in a podcast episode that I was kind of working on bringing something for Christ-led mental health professionals. And then that was just it. I just said, something is coming. And then I just went back to, to working on it, in addition to living. And so now I am sharing something with you because today is the day that it is going to be shared across multiple platforms and will then continue to be shared in one way or another until the actual event. And so I am super excited, very, very thankful to announce the very first summit that Christ in Private Practice is offering virtually. Yes, you heard that right, a virtual summit. It is going to be the Faith, Healing, and Transformation Virtual Summit 2025. So you can join wherever you are. And guess what? Here's the other thing that I was super excited about. All of my colleagues who are in the US and my colleagues who are in Canada can definitely benefit. Now, if you are a colleague anywhere else in the world, this is going to be absolutely wonderful, phenomenal. But for those who are in the US and in Canada, there is a special treat because you do have the ability to get continuing education. That is correct. The NBCC, or the National Board of Certified Counselors, as well as the CCPA, or the Canadian Counseling and Psychotherapy Association, have both approved this virtual summit so that CEs can be given, and you can earn up to 8 CEs at this virtual summit that is going to be about faith integration, Christ-led. I am super excited about it. In the US, we have a renewal year coming up in like less than a year away, or about a year away, right? So the fact that the National Board of Certified Counselors, or NBCC, has approved us, and as well as the Canadian Board for Psychotherapy has also approved us, I'm super excited about that. We are going to have a phenomenal group of professionals come to you. They are licensed mental health professionals. We have an attorney who is coming to speak to you. We have a medical professional, an MD, who is coming to speak to you. We have people of so many different skill sets. And that is what really got me excited about this summit, because we are going to be talking about how to build a legally sound, faith-based private practice, right? For all of those who have had questions or who may have heard in their training that it is not ethical to bring your faith into the counseling room. Well, that's not correct. Now, the The ACA, the American Counseling Association, has in its ethical code, as well as many other ethical codes that we will go over, do not say that you cannot bring your faith into your practice. Matter of fact, it stipulates that you are not allowed to bring your faith, but you just cannot force your faith onto someone. So if someone would like to explore their faith in Christ in the practice setting, you absolutely can do that. If someone would like their counseling experience to be integrated with their faith in Christ, you absolutely can do that. I am so excited about that. So, you're going to hear from so many individuals. Like I said, we're going to talk about how to build legally. We are going to talk about integration of medicine, as well as mental health, as well as spiritual wellness. Dr. Tamika Day is going to come to us with that information. And we are super excited. We're going to be talking about emotional healing of wounds, and we're going to talk about how to integrate your faith in Christ into practices like CBT. And we're going to look at how to be ethical. We're going to look at how to market. We're going to look at how to do billing and coding with boundaries, especially for those of you who happen to be out there and are doing your own billing. Sometimes that can get a little wonky when you are the therapist and you are the biller or the bill collector for that matter. And we have more titles that are coming to you that I have not shared, but they are all on the website. And if you go to christinprivatepractice.com, you will actually see a link for the virtual summit for 2025, and you will get all of the information about which actual presentations you can get CE credit for, which presentations are going to be available, just everything. You're going to get the details on all of the presentations, not which. You're going to get details on all the presentations and what they're going to be about. You'll get information about each speaker. Everyone is really, really highly, highly trained and involved in their respective fields. That's really awesome, really awesome. If you want an opportunity to sponsor our event and be able to also reach those who are going to be signing up for this event, there's opportunities for you to sponsor this event as well. So I'm just super excited about it, and I hope that it is coming through my voice because I am wanting to be professional, but I am busting at the seams. I'm going to tell you this really and truly, even though I know we say this like this was God's work. I know we say that, but let me just tell you, when it comes to this virtual summit, there were a number of things that the Father just brought together. First of all of the speakers, the way that all of the speakers and I connected, it just was so seamless. It absolutely, I cannot take the credit. I really can't take the credit. Some of the speakers are individuals that I have met online and have kept in touch with. Some of the speakers are individuals that we just had basically podcasting in common. I did not know them prior to that. And we met in an online group. There are speakers that I met through other individuals who were willing to take a chance because they didn't have the full outline of how this was all going to come together, but they were energized by the mission behind it, by who we wanted to help and who we wanted to reach, other mental health professionals across the globe who were Christ centered and wanted to be able to empower them to move forward boldly, ethically, professionally, to offer their skill set with faith integration. They were just on board and they're like, yes, I want to be a part of that. So this is coming together. It is going to come together. The official date is September the 16th. So please put that on your calendar. This is an evening event. So for those of you who do see clients in the evening, this is giving you a lot of time, almost 2 months in advance, to say, you know what, I want to show up. I want to hear everything that is going to be shared, everything that's going to be said. I want to participate in the online community that is available with this virtual summit. I want to be involved. You have almost what I'm like just a couple of days short of 2 months notice, um, so that you can mark this on your calendar, so that you can make a way that you can be available. We have just 3 days. Just 3 days I am asking of you in September to come and be a part of this, whether you get your CEs or not. For those of you who are coming and maybe you happen to be students still in grad school, or maybe you happen to be interested, you're not at the grad school level, but maybe you're undergrad and you would just like to hear more about how does this all work with integrating my faith and my walking with Christ into counseling. Maybe you are not going to a faith-based school. Maybe you are getting secular training and you're just not sure what it would look like to even broach bringing your faith into your profession. Maybe you already are practicing, as a professional who happens to integrate your faith pretty regularly. Maybe you've been doing this for years and you are looking to just make sure that you are staying on top of the latest when it comes to legal, when it comes to medical, and when it comes to various mental health challenges that might pop up. And for those of you who are planning a private practice or already in private practice. So, as you can see, this event is for anyone. This event is for anyone, and I am eager to meet those who join us. Again, you can go to the website Christ in Private Practice, and what you will now see is that the summit website is fully open and available for everyone to get more information about, like I said, all of the speakers and everything that you will learn with each speaker, how to actually join no matter where you are, because there's a link on the page that will allow you to know, well, if the event starts at 5 p.m., which it does, it's in the evening, it's on 3 days, like I said, September 16th, 17th, and 18th, starts at 5 p.m. And each day we have 4 presentations. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. They are a combination of live presentations and pre-recorded presentations. That is all indicated on the website, and that way you can definitely make room. The details are also on the website, especially if you would like CEs. And like I said, no matter where you are in the world, if you go on to the actual page, you will see that there is a time converter. There's 2 links for a time converter. So no matter where you are, you'll be able to know, well, if it's 5 p.m. in the US Eastern Standard Time, then what does that mean for wherever I am going to be joining from? I am super excited to also be linking with other Christian mental health professionals in Canada. I think that is really cool. There are a couple of professionals that I was able to personally reach out to, but it's just lovely to be able to spread the word, to join together as one body, and to be able to hear and learn and hopefully network and share. So that's the other perk we do when you sign up for this event. We do have a community that you will be able to actually jump into, and there are posts available so you can introduce yourself. You can get to know people and where they're from and what they do and share resources. Join in one of the challenges. When you get in there, you'll see there's a challenge already available and waiting for you, and you can join that and see how you do with that. And there'll be another challenge coming up in a couple of weeks. So, as you can see, there's a lot of thought behind putting this together, and this is what I have been really kind of holding close for the last couple of months while I waited to, just get everything together as far as information, as far as speakers, as far as approvals for CEs, all of that wonderful stuff, right? Um, and so now I get to actually share it, and I pray that you will also share it, because this is going to be a lot of awesome information. And not only awesome information, let me tell you something else that I'm super excited about. I'm super excited that we can come and we can actually gather and we can learn about things that involve our faith, and we can get continuing education credit about for it. I am super excited about that because it's solving an issue some people have already talked to me about, where they were not sure that you could even really get continuing education through certain licensing bodies. If you happen to be talking about faith, if you happen to have the mention of Christ, if you happen to have the mention of Christianity anywhere. And I will tell you that yes, they saw the website. That's part of the application process. They needed to make sure that the web page that I was going to use in order to promote the event, was actually properly um, formatted, I want to say, so that the information was right. If there was anything I need to change, they were able to let me know. And if there were no problems at all, then they didn't mention it. But they approved it, and they saw everything that there was to see, and they saw that it was hosted by Christ in Private Practice, and we're able to move forward. So that's phenomenal. We are going to be doing a big thing with this summit. Yeah. And hopefully, ideally, giving other people the courage, just the same way as I saw somebody once upon a time and it gave me the courage. And it also, the story I tell about what got Christ in Private Practice started in the first place, there were a lot of different things, but some of it involved other people who were just bold. And so prayerfully, this event will also allow someone else to be bold, someone else to ask questions. And we are here to answer. We're here to help, to support. And that's what it is. It's all about community, right? So we are going to be continuing to come to you. And when I say we, you may see various speakers who may also be sharing their speech or their segment rather of what they are going to be teaching. They're not going to be, sharing all the details. You got to wait for the event for that. But they may very well be sharing. And if you are listening to this podcast episode today, then, like I was just saying a minute ago, I pray that you will also share. Share in genuine ways. Email a friend or two and let them know, hey, this event is going on. If you need any CEs, there are opportunities for you to get it. And also look at how you can continue to integrate your faith ethically, professionally, and boldly. So join us, or you might be in a WhatsApp group, or you might be in a Facebook group, or you might text somebody, but maybe you happen to be going to a particular grad school right now or undergrad school, and share this with your classmates. Let people know, hey, we're out here. And it's available, and you can practice in a way that is ethical, that is professional, and that aligns with your faith and belief in the Lord. Yeah. So I'm super excited. I have shared this earlier. I'm going to share it one more time. Go to the website, Christ in Private Practice, and you will see a link for our virtual summit 2025. I will also put a link if you happen to be listening to me on Spotify or on Apple. Look in the description for this episode because there's going to be a link right there. And if you happen to be watching me on YouTube, go ahead and again, look in the description because there will be a link for you there so that you can go to the website and you can look around and you're able to then see what all of this is about. Right. And for the full length of the website and the URL, it is christinprivatepractice.com/virtual summit 2025. Again, christinprivatepractice.com/virtual summit 2025. I am so glad that I am now able to get this off of my chest and get this out there. Thank you so much for everyone who was patient and knew something was coming. And for everyone who was like, it was news to me. I didn't know anything was coming. I didn't see anything beforehand. Well, now you know. And I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to see everybody at the summit. I am thrilled to be able to connect with more believers who are working to uplift the kingdom and use the God given gifts and talents that they have been given. I am excited to just make this a very supportive community because we are strong together. There is much wisdom and great impact that we have when we stand together as a body, using our gifts and talents in order to help heal those who are suffering. I look forward to seeing you in September at the summit. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to write me at hello at christinprivatepractice.com. Again, that's hello at christinprivatepractice.com. Until next time, God bless, and I hope to see you at that summit.